Okay, picture this. You're deep into a project. You hit a massive wall and absolutely nothing is clicking. What is your go-to default reaction? Do you immediately pop up open Google and just start drowning in endless search results? Do you shoot a text to a coworker and just wait around for them to reply? Or do you kind of just sit there feeling totally stuck, wondering if you're falling behind the curve? Well, today we are going to completely challenge and honestly rewire that default problem-solving habit of yours. Welcome to this explainer. We're diving into a seriously fascinating blueprint for achieving professional wealth with AI by the year 2026. And honestly, the most surprising takeaway here? You do not need to be a software engineer to pull this off. You literally don't need to know a single line of code. The people who are actually going to win big are the ones who simply apply foundational AI skills to the workflows they already have. They're using AI to become 10 times more productive, basically letting one single person do the work of an entire team. It's wild. To make sense of all this, we're going to structure this explainer into 3 distinct phases, kind of like managing a brand new employee's life cycle. We've got phase 1, the new AI mindset, phase 2, onboarding and training, and finally, phase 3, deployment. Let's jump right in. All right, starting off with phase 1, the new AI mindset. This is all about completely changing your default reactions and your expectations. And this brings us right to skill number 1. Look. The biggest trap out there right now is thinking you have to build some crazy, complex AI startup from scratch. You don't. The real secret is applying AI to the business model you already have, and that starts with your default reflex. The old way of getting unstuck? Googling it, texting a friend, or just staying stuck. That's what most people do, and it is a massive waste of time. The new way? Ask AI first. It sounds almost painfully simple, right? But making Ask AI first your absolute default reflex is a huge, profound shift in your habits. Before you search Google, before you bother a coworker, just open up Claude or ChatGPT and ask your question. 9 times out of 10, it'll give you a beautifully tailored answer in about 30 seconds that would have otherwise taken you an hour of frustrated searching. Now, there is a totally fascinating and honestly pretty cautionary story behind the number 3 here. 3 represents the exact number of entirely fabricated court cases that a real-life lawyer blindly cited in a legal filing. Why? Because ChatGPT confidently told him they existed. Confidently hallucinating facts is a known AI flaw, and let me tell you, this lawyer got into massive trouble for it, which leads us perfectly into skill number 2. Skill number 2 is skepticism. Trust but verify absolutely everything. Turns out, the real secret is treating AI as a really smart brainstorming assistant, not some magical, infallible oracle. Making AI your very first stop is fantastic, but relying on it completely blindly, that is a fast track to disaster. You've got to verify its outputs before you act on them. If an AI spits out a statistic, a specific person's name, or a link, click the link. Check the actual source. You really need to do this, especially if it's something you'd be super embarrassed to get wrong. Okay, moving right along into phase 2, onboarding and training. This is where we turn an empty shell into a highly capable assistant. You know, the single most common frustration people have is expecting AI to be a mind reader right out of the gate. But as we can see with skill number 5, you absolutely must treat AI like a brand new hire. On day 1, it is essentially an empty shell. It needs a ton of context from you. If you use it once and just throw your hands up and quit because the output wasn't perfect, well, that's literally like firing a human employee after their first hour on the job. By day 30, with continuous feedback, it really starts nailing your brand voice. And by day 90, it's trained enough to run large chunks of your processes mostly hands-off. But getting to that point requires you to actively train it over a span of months. Skill number 3 is all about providing that rich context. If you use a garbage prompt like, hey, write me a plan, it's going to give you 3 super vague, generic bullet points. Garbage in, garbage out, right? But a high-quality prompt that supplies the exact goal, the specific audience, and your constraints. And listen to this. Here is the absolute magic phrase you should be appending to the end of every single prompt. Ask me clarifying questions. Seriously, try it out. Let the AI explicitly tell you what context it needs from you to do its job perfectly. The quality of your output is going to absolutely skyrocket. Now, skill number 6 takes this a whole step further by building a continuous feedback loop. Instead of just closing the tab when you get a decent answer and starting all over from scratch the next day, what if you asked the AI to critique itself? At the end of every single session, you can instruct it to reflect on your chat and update its own skills to better match your preferences. Over time, this really compounds. You are quite literally building a custom, highly tuned AI tailored exactly to how you work. It's a total game changer.
All right, now we reach the really fun part. Phase 3, deployment. It is officially time to stop chatting and start doing.
This is where we transition from just talking to the AI to actual real-world execution. Skill number 4 is all about augmenting your experts. As this formula points out, your AI leverage equals your skill multiplied by your clarity. Look, people mistakenly think AI is here to replace the expert, so they go and fire their accountant and ask ChatGPT to do their complex taxes. Please don't do that. That's exactly how you make incredibly expensive mistakes. Instead, use AI to get yourself maybe 75% educated on a tricky topic. Ask it to break down basic concepts and prep 5 smart questions for your specific situation. Then, you walk into your meeting with the actual human domain expert, totally prepared to discuss high-level strategy and execution. AI augments you. It does not replace the expert. Now, if you really want to deploy AI effectively, you need skill number 7, documentation. You need to write down the standard operating procedures, or SOPs, for literally any process you repeat more than 3 times a week. Whether that's sales prep, content batching, whatever it is, break it down step by step. Why? Because this written playbook is the exact context the AI craves. When you feed a fully documented process into an AI, it stops guessing. It just runs the playbook. And suddenly, what used to be a dreadful, soul-crushing 4-hour manual chore shrinks down to a totally reliable 30-minute task. Skill number 8 takes that to the absolute next level, and that is utilizing AI agents. Guys, there is a massive productivity gap between a basic chatbot that just gives you advice and an AI agent that actually takes real action. The big shift here is hooking your AI up to the real everyday tools you actually use. For example, using something like Claude connectors, you can securely connect your Gmail account. Suddenly, the AI isn't just giving you a draft that you have to manually copy and paste. It's actively reading your specific unread threads, drafting the replies, and flagging urgent items directly inside your real inbox. Now that is true leverage. So bringing all of this together, here is your definitive 9-step checklist for professional wealth in the AI era. Ready? Number 1, make asking AI your very first reflex. Number 2, stay strictly skeptical and verify everything. Number 3, remember that providing high-quality context is your greatest skill. Number 4, use AI to prepare for, not replace, your domain experts. Number 5, treat it exactly like a new human hire that needs months of training. Number 6, build those daily feedback loops. Number 7, write out your manual SOPs. Number 8, deploy actual AI agents connected to your real tools. And number 9, stop trying to build an AI startup from scratch. Just apply these tools to the existing, proven business you already have. Remember, gaining real leverage with AI is fundamentally about how you think and how you structure your work. It's not just about learning the underlying technology. Look, it is super easy to get overwhelmed trying to implement all 9 of these things at once. Honestly, don't even try to do that. Instead, I want to ask you, which one AI skill will you apply to your business this week? Just pick one. Maybe it's forcing yourself to ask AI first before you open Google. Or maybe it's finally writing out just one SOP for that one repetitive task you absolutely hate doing. Start small, start properly training your new AI teammate today, and just watch how quickly your leverage compounds. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.